Sometimes you gotta let it go. Haha, man. Our next guest is Alex Hampton, man. And sometimes you gotta let it go comes from a line of their music, man. You know, personally, these guys, ETG, which is Verbose and Ray Roach, my friend Alex, they have a line that says sometimes you gotta let it go, man. I think that's deep. But anyway, man, we're on episode 68. And this episode features Alex Hampton, and it covers a lot of the music things the music that goes through his head when he's making his own music. And I wanted to expose that to the world. This is Alex's third time on the show, and I'm so glad that we were able to have this podcast in person this time, even with this pandemic going on. But I want to open the show with Come Around by ETG. This is the song I actually quoted right when we first started up. I listened to this song probably about 40 times in the airport. And you know, when you're in the airport, you don't have much to do. You know, you go through your social medias real quick, and then you're looking at camera, roll pictures, and then you're on your notes. And then you're not doing much. But this song filled that empty void, and I hope it fills that void for you guys before we get into this interview. And I hope everyone's doing well, and let's get started.
Really made.
Yeah. I don't understand why they coming with their hands out. Little bitch, put your hands down. Now they come around, cause I'm the talk of the whole town. I remember I was so down. Now I'm selling out, whole crowds, hoes all around me. Money make them honeys wanna have your babies. Gotta keep my head up, no condoms. Vibing to this moment, I focus on my problems. Can't say I'm back, cause I never left. Can't explain the way I feel, I know I'm about to flex. Who gon' be my record deal? Y'all was sitting on the bench. I was playing in the field, shooting to kill, Hollywood Hills. Show me where the love goes.
Shawty got me trippin'.
Now I'm riding solo.
Shawty got me sippin'.
I don't understand hoes.
Got me in my feelings.
I'ma be okay though. I don't understand why they coming with their hands out. Little bitch, put your hands down. Now they come around, cause I'm the talk of the whole town. I remember I was so down. Now I'm selling out, whole crowds, hoes all around me. Money make them honeys wanna have your babies. Gotta keep my head up, no condoms. Vibing to this moment, I focus on my problems.
Focus on this moment, press the gas, we going. Shooting for the stars, driving fast cars. I waited, tell my mama I made it. I'ma leave it all behind, so baby, let's go.
Sometimes you gotta let it go.
No pit stop, got a bag ready for me.
Who's ready for me?
It's gonna be alright, it's gonna be okay. We can do this all night, we can do this all day.
Right.
So if I'm down for you, would you ride with me? You can take my heart, but don't make it bleed.
I don't understand why they coming with their hands out. Little bitch, put your hands down. Now they come around, cause I'm the talk of the whole town. I remember I was so down. Now I'm selling out, whole crowds, hoes all around me. Money make them honeys wanna have your babies. Gotta keep my head up, no condoms. Vibing to this moment, I focus on my problems.
I didn't have shoes on, and I kind of looked at my shoes, and I don't know, I just kind of wondered, like, if I even kind of, like, second guessed if I was going to wear pants, too.
Yeah, today?
Yeah. Well, not, like, pants instead of sweats, not, like, boxers.
Oh, okay. I thought you
know what I
meant
mean?
just, like, no pants, like, just sending it.
No.
I was like, that was what I questioned today.
Because I wore sweats last episode. Thomas was here in your chair, so I don't want people to be like, oh, you know, every time he has a guest, he just wears sweats.
Oh, so you had to switch it up.
Yeah, so
Okay.
So I just put shoes on.
Okay.
And I was a little self-conscious about it because I was like, you know, but nobody's ever really as much as I think we're ourselves biggest critic.
Of course.
A lot of the times. I was actually listening to my podcast in the car with my girlfriend. She played it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this weird, don't play it.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
I'm the same way about some of my music. I'm like, oh.
I sounded like I was being like, yeah. I didn't like that feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm guessing so has that happened to you?
Yeah, of course. Well, sometimes, every time I go through my mixes and stuff through my music, I'm always rendering tracks after every session.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my biggest things I'll do is I'll just render it and then go straight to the car. I'll listen to it on everything, my phone,
mm-hmm.
headphones, in the car. I'm like, oh, well, this is what I need to work on. And, you know, that's the biggest process for me, understanding where my mixes are bad and stuff. And yeah, it's funny. I'll be scrolling through the music and it'll come on shuffle, just like an old mix. And I'll be like, nope, next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird how we do that though?
Yeah.
We'll spend, I'm not going to say 20 hours on a podcast, because I think that's the one difference between, I'm not going to say from music and podcast. Actually, yeah, I can say.
Yeah.
For music and podcasting, I'll just listen to it one time through, cut if I need to cut anything.
Right.
I usually 95% of the chance I don't cut anything. 5% of the time I will, if it's okay, that person didn't want me to say, they didn't want to talk about that, and they say cut it. So I cut it. If you told me you're winning lottery numbers, dude, don't tell anyone. I'd think about it. And then
yeah, maybe.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So, but where I'm getting at with that is you have a shorter. Your music is 3 minutes.
Right.
I'm guessing,
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Up to 3 minutes.
Average.
So you're spending so much time just listening to that almost on a loop, it feels like, I'm guessing, right?
Oh, for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's just at that point, we've listened to it.
And it's by the time it's released, I've already listened to it
200 times.
200 times
mm-hmm.
at least.
Easy.
Yeah.
And
it's I've almost become numb to it. I'm
mm-hmm.
Damn, is it that's why I'm always asking my girlfriend, yo, does this version sound better or this one?
mm-hmm.
I can't, it almost gets to the point where I can't even distinguish the two almost a little
mm-hmm.
bit, because I'm my ears are numb, just literally how many times I've listened to
mm-hmm.
it.
So what was the most minuscule thing that has stopped, that you've I don't know, just really got upset about, where you're just fuck, I can't figure this shit out? And how long was it? What was it? Was it an echo? How you said something? Was it something that little?
Yeah, sometimes it is, and sometimes I just need another set of ears in the room, just because I'm sitting there with my headphones in,
mm-hmm.
and then I have to take them out, and then I'm okay, now I have to listen to the monitors. How's it sounding in the monitors? I'm okay, Jasa, is this which one sounds better? Is this echoing too much? Is this
mm-hmm.
Does it sound like there's listen to the beginning of this word? How punchy is this compared to this one? And it just I could go down a rabbit hole about it, but
no, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting better. Every mix I learn something from the last one, and it makes it easier going forward. And but being that perfectionist, every single one, you're the hardest critic, like you said.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing. It's it's almost you're never satisfied.
Yeah.
With yourself. I can't even remember, dude. I love my music, but it's I look back, I'm oh, that could have been better.
Oh yeah.
But I'm it's you can't look at it like that. You got to just be oh, next track, this is, next podcast, next song, we're just going to keep getting better and keep moving on, because you can't look back,
Yeah, hold on real quick. I'm going to turn this fan off I usually keep this thing on. There we go.
There we go.
So Navy and post. We don't all right, anyone?
Fan break.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's just the next piece of content, it feels like.
Right.
And like I said, in the notes I put, the first conversation I had with you was basically a hypothetical, was why don't you just go lease out one of the rooms in downtown Pullman, that church, because it's only available, whatever it is down there. They only have church there on Sundays. Why don't you just go there on a Friday and just, it'd probably be $400, but so anyway, that was the first initial conversation we had.
Yeah, dude, we had this shit all manifested, and then obviously COVID hit,
mm-hmm.
but we had this whole game plan, and we were gonna rent out this room and we're going to sell tickets and we're going to make it the best thing it could have been. And, who knows what could have happened. But, yeah, fuck COVID.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? That was the first conversation, and what was that, a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
We've been friends for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
And, COVID's happened. There's an election happening. There's all these things that are going on. And we could go down that rabbit hole, but I don't really want to talk that as much as people. That's probably what people are listening to this for, to get away from that.
Yeah, exactly.
And, so for people who haven't listened to the first or second episode, Alex and I met at the Native Center at our school.
Yep.
And he just walked in, and then, like I said before, I was like the only guy in there. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing or anything, but it was just like, I wasn't able to connect with sporting things, or like I was able to participate in other ways and connect through other ways with other people there. But I was like, yo, this guy's watching the Rockets game.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch the Rockets game, have a good time. And then it just kind of went from there. And yeah, man, I mean, it's crazy to see, because your girlfriend, Jasa, was talking about you in the meeting, just throughout the times. And I'd be like, oh, cool, this guy seems actually really cool.
Yeah.
And then said, hey, he just released a song. And like I've told you before, when I hear somebody has a song on SoundCloud, 9 times out of 10, I'm like, I'll listen, and I never get past the 30-second mark.
Right.
Maybe even the 10-second mark.
Yeah.
And mainly because it either sounds like the beat has been bought, and that's not a problem, but they didn't master it or mix it. I don't know what that means necessarily. Yeah. But it sounded like it was underwater. That's how I kind of distinguish. Okay. If you sound like you're underwater, I'm not going to listen to the rest of the song. Right. And I listened to yours, and it didn't sound like that. So I was like, okay, so there's obviously a playing field here that it was like the starters in the NFL season compared to the starters in the preseason. Like, they're still rapping. They have a good verse. They have a good hook, maybe good lyrics, but it didn't sound good. Right. So what was that jump like for you to get out of that, like, in my words, underwater sound? Yeah. What was it?
Well, like, oh God.
Was it a new mic? Was it, practicing?
And I think it was a little mix of everything, like me and Frankie, we were just like, dude, we want the best equipment. We don't want any excuses to, hinder us from putting out the best content. And so we bought a Bluebird, and then we were mixing on just like a little, what's it called? The red little interfaces.
Scarlet. Focusrite.
Yeah, the Scarlet. One. Yeah. So. Yep. Same here. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we switched over to the Apollo, which took our music like a long ways in terms of just like the quality of how we sounded. And also, I was just looking up all the time, like, what can I do to make our vocal presence, like, there? Because I didn't want it to be like a thing where someone couldn't understand what I was saying. Oh. And that's no like diss on like mumble rap or anything, that's its own thing. That's cool. Like, I fuck with it, like, because it goes hard. But like, that was like, me and Frankie were like, dude, like, we want our vocals to shine, like, but also be hard, but kind of have this mixture of everything. And so it's definitely been a long and bumpy road, and still a path that is long from the finish line. Mm-hmm. But I'd say every track we're getting better and making it sound more industry quality. I'd like to say, but and that's all, and we're just doing as much as we can, because we are independent artists at this point, an independent group, so we don't have the we can't rely on anybody else to put this together, and we're gonna make this sound industry quality. We look for our beats, and from there we take them in, and then I pretty much just give it my whirl and make it the best I can make it sound with YouTube University. And
oh yeah
yeah,
I got a definite like master degree in YouTube University.
Yeah dude. You can get lots of degrees on YouTube University.
Just think of though, like 9 years ago, so we're about, what, you're 22, are you 21 or 20?
21. Yeah,
you're 21. So I was thinking back then, there was points when we were younger when I sound like the old, like a boomer now,
yeah,
but like when we were younger, I would look up things on YouTube and there sometimes not be a video on it. Like I'd be like, oh, there's just no tutorial on how to do it. You know? So you're just like, oh, tough luck. Now it's like, if I say how to sew up a couch cushion.
Oh, dude, you got like 30 different, you got like 100 different ways.
Yeah.
You can like, all you need is a book and a penny. Like,
yeah,
dude, like,
oh,
just
shit.
like the most random things. You don't even need a sewing machine.
Yeah.
I got an Xbox controller.
Yeah,
and
take the A button out.
You
And there's
just
like
take the battery out. Yeah. Literally.
I mean, I wonder that too, because there's been countless of times where I was, you know, A, in the native center, B, on campus, or even just on my phone, where how can I make my podcast better?
Right.
You know, and it's just, it doesn't even really, it's always broad. But then it starts getting in you know, in depth, because I'm guessing there was a point where you say, well, okay, well, how do I, you know, produce on this DAW or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
How do I copy this? How do I make this sound? It just, I feel like it's like a never ending loophole.
Right. Well, and
You know?
that was the thing. That was like a transition when I bought the Apollo interface, was because they had their own DAW that they just made, I don't know, a couple years ago. I don't know exactly how long it's been out, but it's called like Luna or something, and I mix on FL Studio, and I kind of got around it because I can use the plugins on my DAW, which is cool, but learning to use those plugins that come with that DAW, like there's not that many YouTube videos on it because it's like a newer interface. Yeah. So that kind of sends me back a little bit, but also like everything's pretty, like, you know, you got your basic, like, if you know how to use a compressor, you know how to use all the, you know, attack, the gain knobs, blah 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 blah. You'll find your way through everything, but it, you know, getting through the basics is just like the main thing. Getting down your fundamentals is like the biggest thing, you know, because then you can kind of grasp like everything around, like what I need to do to make this podcast sound clear, what I need to do to make this song sound clear, and so on and so forth.
Isn't it crazy to see like your first song though?
Oh, dude.
You know, isn't it kind of nuts? Like I went back and looked at, you know, this podcast behind me there,
dude,
and I'm just like, dude, what the? It's cool,
dude. You're the first podcast. Well, okay, so we did the phone one as our first one, but the first in-person real podcast we did, I remember we had like these, they were like $30 microphones.
Oh, the ones I had. Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, the one with Shane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. With I even had like the little gimmick, like choose your color, like you know, just to get you out of that mind.
Choose your character.
Yeah, it was like a choose your character screen, man.
Red is sus.
Dude, and then that one. That what was crazy about it is that episode, actually a clip from that episode, animation I did, has the most views of the channel ever.
Really?
And that came from the camera dying. So, you know, some people would be like, oh, fuck it, scrap the episode, this is over.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm pretty sure maybe some artists are like that, like, oh, that fucking... they won't let me sample that beat. Fuck it, it's over. Just scrap it, you know?
Yeah, scrap the verse.
Yeah, scrap it, whatever. And I was like, part of me, I was like, fuck, I don't want to tell Alex and Shane we got to re-record. Right. That's going to blow. You know, and we just had this great episode. So I was like, well, why don't I just like draw something in place of the video and to make content? Right. And for that, I think it was that, like, you know what? You know, just because I was talking to you about it, why don't we look it up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was Dom, Joseph, and then we had you and Shane. I'm just excited to use the TV, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
I feel like so then we'll just put Alex Hampton or Dom, Joseph, and then Alex. Is this search? Can you see that?
Sorry? Yeah.
Okay, that is not us.
Oh, here, keep going. There.
Okay, that's just you though. We need the one. Oh. Okay, the stepping in shit one, which is also a good one.
Yeah.
So
good
here's
memories.
me, you, and Shane. Fuck, dude, it's gonna be a minute. Why don't we just go? Let's just go all the way through. Dude, it just feels like I'm just showing you all my shit. Anyway.
Alexis, Texas. What is that?
Anyway, that clip was you going to a Nickelback concert.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that got big, and I think it's just crazy because I never really believed that people. So for the people I was editing prior, they always said, you know, just keep going, and then one of your things will just hit. And I never really understood that. I was always like, oh, okay, that's just, you're just saying that because you're ahead. You got 10 years on me. It's
Right.
just saying, you know, don't give up. You know, it was like the same cliche shit. It
Right.
felt like. And there's nothing wrong with that. But so that hit, and then I was like, holy shit. This just comes from you not even thinking about it. Because there's some clips on my Instagram that, you know, I add the timer bar. I fucking sit there for 2 hours and add, or an hour adding the subtitles. And it will get 4 likes.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the likes is the bad thing, but that one I literally put. I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then just boom. And I'm pretty sure with yours,
Yep.
have you noticed the songs that you like didn't overanalyze? Were they almost better than the
Oh,
ones you
dude,
did?
100%. The songs, me and Frankie literally were making a song last night, and we're trying to figure out the end of this, of the hook, and we're like, oh, should we do this? And I was like, no, like, dude, it's gonna hit us. It always hits us.
Mm-hmm.
And then I swear to God, like 30 seconds later, boom, hit us. We're like, and we never have to question it if it's the one, because when we're not thinking about it, it's like that's when the best shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you're not thinking too hard, when you're, you know, in the zone. That's when the magic happens. You know.
So for this episode, I had like I try to make every episode unique. And with your permission, I want to use one of your songs and I'm going to ask you a question about it.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is, this is just kind of came off the fly. So in your song, I used, for my animation video a while back, was it Come Around, I think it was? Where it was like the speed edit of me like drawing.
Yeah. I believe so.
I think it was that one. And there's it just hit me. Like, I didn't even think about this before. So there's a line that I actually like drag back and listen to again. And I don't know if it's a chorus or what your process was. So I'm going to have you sit over here.
Okay.
On the couch over there. Okay. And then have you put this on. I think, or yeah. Try putting that on. Okay. And then after you listen to it, I'll get you back on the mic.
I get high off the love, off the Lucy, that's what's up. Show me what I've been missing, I'ma show you what the vision. I get by from the drugs, I got Eddie, focus up. Show me what I've been missing, I'ma show you how we living. I get high off the love, off the Lucy, that's what's up. Show me what I've been missing, I'ma show you what the vision. I get by from the drugs, I got Eddie, focus up. Show me what I've been missing, I'ma show you how we live. Hey, I'ma show you how we living. New one looks so clean, yeah. Roll another one and then I'm flying from the scene, yeah. High as I could be, yeah. Why you gotta go? I said, baby, it's okay because I'm watching down below. And I know that you can roll with boats and get up in a spaceship. We could take a day trip, take it to the moon and back and show you where the station. Even in the darkest clouds, I swear that we gon' stay lit. I get high off the love, off the Lucy, that's what's up. Show me what I've been missing, I'ma show you what the vision. I get by from the drugs, I got Eddie, focus up. Show me what I've been missing, I'ma show you how we live.
What was the thought process of that?
Oh, okay.
Like, because like you already had a good part, and I feel like you just excelled it.
Like, I just...
Like, because you did the like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like you
under
harmonized it.
Oh, yeah,
or you
yeah,
went
yeah.
under it, and I think that was brilliant.
The harmony under it.
Yeah, where you just did it. You know, with it was cool.
Something kind of hit me. I remember, I wrote the hook, and the verse in the library. I was supposed to be studying for an anatomy exam, and blanked.
You just totally just
yeah.
You just did that?
Well, my girlfriend was getting on me. Oh, you need to get on your homework. You need to get on this. I was like, dude, this beat is fire.
Yeah.
And so like it just came to me all at once. And then so the harmony part came to my head pretty much through like I was listening to this little Tekka song, and I kept hearing like every other couple words he would have like this harmony under it. And I was like, dude, this just makes it sound so grand when you add that like extra element. And I was like, dude, this hook is fire. I was like, but it's just missing something. So like I just started I put on the beat, put on my headphones, and then I just started like singing it higher. Every other couple words I would kind of sing it higher. And then I listened to it back and I was like, damn, if I just throw that under it, it's gonna sound like it's something subtle, that not, you got to listen to it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's there and it brings this presence to the mix that like just makes it full and
Yeah.
warm.
Oh yeah, it felt more fuller.
Yeah.
Like yeah, like when I thought of that, when I first listened to it, that was the part where I said, Alex, I want to use this song.
Yeah.
Because it was it was nice. And also, like, I give you a lot of credit too, and I'm also giving credit to, is it Frank?
Yeah.
He's a master at what he does too.
Yeah.
And make sure you let him know that. But it was cool. Like, it was just so was that a harmony or harmonizing or yeah. That was really cool. And I think that is usually found at the end of songs to me.
Yeah.
Like, I usually hear that at the end of the song.
Because that's when the beat's dying and that's when you can hear it.
Yeah, like that's when people usually put it at the end. But it was like nice because it was reversed.
Yeah.
Because usually, I don't know about you, but there's some rap songs, most rap songs that have the typical formula or the template.
Right.
And that part that I'm talking to you about, I know I'm going a lot of places. Stay with me here.
Yeah.
That part that you made more fuzzy and warm is usually at the end. And
right.
I usually end up listening to the back end of the song. But this one, it was like I was on the beginning part.
And it just caught your ear.
It just caught my ear.
Yeah.
And I think that it was just more than just the lyric.
Right.
And I'm not saying, you're the first person to ever harmonize anything.
No.
But like,
yeah,
it was really cool to see your level from the first song I heard, which I don't remember which ones it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember which it was, but it was definitely a step up.
It was, yeah.
That was
song,
last year.
That was, No Rest in Space is in pregame. Definitely are songs that, kind of, I feel like were, checkpoints in terms of like where production was heading. Like I was just starting to get really happy with how things were turning out and how we were making music. And this new album that we're working on, oh my god,
crazy.
It is. I'm so excited for everyone, and hopefully I want the world to hear it. But I'm excited for that. And yeah.
So I mean, I don't want you to get in big trouble with your label here.
Yeah.
But do you have an idea how many songs are going to be on it? Can we know that?
Yeah. So we're shooting for 12 to 15 songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because last time, your last one you released. So let me look at your Spotify here, or your whatever you got here. Your last one you released was the Halloween one.
The Halloween one.
Was that a Halloween song? Did you release a Halloween song? Or it was around Halloween?
Oh, yeah. The High Hopes pack.
Yes, that's it was a pack. It wasn't the album. So what I'm looking at here, I almost have you on here where it brings you up as Verbose. Oh, no, you're just ETG on here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another question I was actually having with Thomas. So are you on here? It says ETG. But
on
you're ETG
Apple Music?
Verbose on your sorry, dude, I can't even find it on here. I can't type. Yeah, so on Spotify you're just ETG.
Right.
And but on your Insta is ETG Verbose. So I'm guessing ETG is both of you.
Yep.
And then you're Verbose.
Yep.
And he's Ray Roach.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what I figured it was.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So ETG stands for Extraterrestrial Generation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something we both kind of collabed on a while back. We're sitting outside smoking, and then it just kind of hit us out of nowhere. And Frankie had the idea, and it kind of stemmed from, well, I want him to tell it, so maybe if we can get another one.
Yeah, of course. We'll get
with
both
him
of you
on
guys.
it. Yeah, go more in depth with that. So I'll let him tell more of the story, but yeah, we are ETG. So anytime like something's posted from ETG, it's gonna include both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I figured it was.
Yeah.
And when I first saw just ETG, I was like, I don't know if that means this is just Alex, but then I heard him on there.
Yeah.
So I was like, this has got to be both of them.
Yep.
So from mine on here, I'm looking at your top 5 on Spotify are No Rest in Space, To the Dome, Test Me, Come Around, and Old School. And dude, I to be honest with you, I'm not trying to take all the credit, but I feel like 90% of Come Around has come from me. Dude, like
I appreciate it.
Dude, it's on my rap playlist, and it was one of the only songs I had downloaded in the airport when I was going to Buffalo. So I was like, I'll just keep listening. I just listened to that song, no joke, for an hour and a half just on loop. I was just like doing stuff on my phone, and I had the non-skip button on, so I just kept going. I was like, I mean, I'm okay with this.
That's so awesome,
yeah,
bro.
And yeah, I just thought "Come Around" was a really good song.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a lot of fun making that song.
It was a really cool vibe song. It had a good vibe, and to be honest with you, if I were to have an intro for my podcast, it would be that song.
Cool, bro. And if you ever do, you're more than welcome to use it.
It's cool. I mean, you don't realize how many things go into music, I'm guessing, and things that go into podcasts. Like, there's so many elements in it. Like, look, there's photography and videography in it. You got marketing and advertising. And
so many things.
So many things that come into it. You got mathematics, you got systematics, you got there's so many things.
Yeah.
And I get lost in it sometimes.
I think that's like the biggest area that we're trying to excel in is everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything else, because there's a lot me and Frank always talk about this logic line, the greatest rapper alive probably stacking produce. I forget what song it is, but it's true, because if you're not networking and you're not getting your name out there, you could be the greatest of all time, but if no one knows it, then then no one knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was this other thing my auntie sent me. It was like this marketing thing. And it was like, marketing is everything too, because it's a difference between a prune, a grape, and a raisin. Those are all three technically the same things, but they're marketed different. Like plums, what do you think when you think plums?
I don't know.
Something to make you shit.
Yeah.
And then you think grapes, you're like, oh, wine or high-end things.
Yeah.
So there's like the things are marketed.
Right.
Really makes you think differently.
Yeah. Because
there could be two things, and they're marketed different. And plums have a pretty good market.
Yeah.
For pooping, I guess.
Yeah. If you need if you're clogged up, man, eat some of them. But speaking of fruits, dude, I literally was just talking to Frankie about this yesterday. A quote that stood out to me, I read it yesterday. It was like, dude, this is just for anyone who like ever questions like, you'll understand. So you could be the juiciest. I read this. It was like, you could be the juiciest peach in the fucking world, dude. Mm-hmm. But, if I don't like peaches, then, I don't care if you're the juiciest in the world. So it was like, find people who like peaches, find your crowd, bro. So like, that's like a huge, that was just like, it kind of hit me. I was like, I'm never going to stop doing what I love doing. And that's the thing. It's like, if you just stay consistent, you're going to find your crowd, man. You're going to find your audience, and you're going to find your part of the world. Mm-hmm. And that just like stuck out to me. I don't know. You just started talking about fruit and that came up.
Oh no, dude, that makes total sense. Because, I had that, actually somebody kind of said that to me, and it was kind of like, I wanted to say, fuck you. Because when I first started DJP, and it was a teacher of mine.
What did they say?
He was just like, so I was telling him about it.
Okay.
And because he's like, oh, you host a podcast,
right?
And I was like, yeah, it wasn't really much yet. It was really it wasn't even video at this point. It was just audio. And only the first 4 episodes were audio, so it was really early. And me, I'm on my high horse. I'm feeling good about it. And he was like, and I was kind of telling, people still ask me, what is it about? And mainly it kind of, it highlights a lot of indigenous humor, a lot of it.
Yeah.
And that's huge, but then it's also me. It's my name is the title of it, so it's basically whatever I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's I'm just whatever Dom Joseph's thinking today.
What I want to talk about. And then he was like, "Well, who would want to listen to that?"
Yeah,
kind of like the pair thing. Like, okay, I don't care if you're Dom Joseph. Why should I listen to you?
Yeah.
And I was like, I was close to saying "fuck you" to a teacher. I was like,
right.
Man, like, Fuck you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
not in a mean way, like, fuck your family, but like, fuck you, bro.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
yeah.
Like, you're really on my balls. You're a math teacher, bro.
Yeah, right. You're like, I don't fucking like math.
Yeah.
You're like,
Why
I
are you
don't
a
fucking like
teacher?
math.
Yeah.
I still don't.
So it's like, I think it kind of even goes into like, find your audience, find your sound.
Yeah.
Like with you.
Yep.
And it was just, I don't know. It was weird. It was like, oh, someone's calling me. Hold on.
Oh, it might be Shane.
I think that is Shane. Is he 509?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll tell him. We'll call him right now.
Okay.
Here, give me his number.
All right.
I was like, who's calling me right now? Sorry, guys. We had someone call us. I think it's Shane, but we're going to give him a call in here.
All right. His number is, whenever you're ready, 509-901-5841. Anyone listening now has his number.
Yeah, everyone does have Shane's number. Let's see if it works here. If this works, dude, it's actually calling him. It's Thursday, Sailor. Can you hear me? Oh, dude, yeah, you're on. Can you hear Alex? Could you say something? Say something.
Yo.
Can you hear him? Yo, what's going on, Shane? Dude, this is the first. We haven't done this before. We've never had someone call in before live, so I can hear you, but Alex can't hear you. If that makes sense.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah,
That
but
stupid bitch can't hear me.
I'm trying to figure out here. This is kind of awkward. I'm trying to figure this out. What were we just talking about?
How much we hated Shane, I think.
Yeah, I think we were just talking about how much we did hate you. And this,
Oh, yeah.
I do want to
don't
bring
doubt
up a
that.
point. And then I'll hand you to Alex. So Alex's girlfriend Jason posted us a video of you airballing
No.
in our
it was
interview
good.
in our intramural game. And I'm here to tell you, Shane, I'm on your side. There's two
was
reasons
good.
why. There's two reasons why. A, Alex fouled you pretty hard with whatever he was holding, and then B, Alex was in the key for longer than 3 seconds.
Oh my god.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hand you to Alex. We should probably put you over here,
Okay.
and then, actually, I don't know how we're gonna do this. Here, I'll put you where I'm sitting. And
Okay.
I'll come over there.
We're gonna swap it up.
Oh,
What's up, Shane?
we need to figure this out.
What's up, man?
What are you doing?
Just staring at my basketball hoop in my backyard, just wishing I was better.
Oh, bro, you got a lot to work. You got a lot of work to go, buddy.
Shut up, boy. That ball went out of bounds off you, and you're lucky I didn't run it back.
Oh my god. You're the only 6'5" person I know that can't dunk.
Oh man.
Go clean the rest of my house. So you fellas have a good night.
Okay. Love you, buddy.
All right, later, Shane.
Yeah, love you too. Love you, Dom.
All right. Peace out.
But we were talking about that math teacher.
Oh yeah. Fuck you, math.
Yeah, what the hell, man? Like,
I fucking hated math, man. My senior year, I remember I was doing a little pre-calc, and I was not doing hot. He was my football coach and my teacher at the time for the first semester. He came up to me. He like kneeled down. I was like, Demo, like I already know I need to transfer out, bro. I was like, thank you for making it like secrete though. Like, if ever, I pretty much told everyone I fucking was failing pre-cal. Yeah.
So what, in high school they were just like, oh, that's cool?
I guess
And then what'd you do? Like algebra 2?
no, I just TA'd for my other football coach.
They let you do that?
Yeah. And I just slept
Well,
and wrote
I'm
music.
not trying to say be that guy, but you were the best player on the football team, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
You think they kind of were like, hey, Alex is our best player. We can't fail the guy.
A
A little bit? Or no?
Well, like I had a passing grade all through the football season.
Oh.
It was just when at the end of the semester. So like I didn't have any issues at the beginning. And one time he was looking at me. I was like, fuck, dude, I'm not gonna pass. This was during football season, and I was looking over at my buddy Alex's paper. I was like, dude, I was like looking at these numbers and letters and
Mhm.
fucking, why the fuck is this on the same paper?
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
didn't know. And I was looking at my buddy Alex's paper, and then Demo was just staring at me, and he was, what did he say? He's like, "You're better than that."
Oh.
Just said it in front of the whole fucking
Yeah.
class. He's like, "You're better than that."
Yeah,
I
he's
was
like, I
like-
dare you to keep trying.
I was
basically.
like, "Fuck, man."
dude,
I was like, I just don't know it, and I need to play Friday. I was like, "Do you want me to play?"
who were you
Friday?
playing Friday? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't know,
Some big
man.
game or
We
something.
lost.
What?
That's what I know. No, I don't know. We didn't have a horrible season. We lost some close games. Finished first in rushing the league,
Mm-hmm.
like 1,000 some yards.
2A or 3A?
2A, yeah.
Oh, you guys were in 2. So you guys played
Uh,
Archbishop and stuff.
no,
No,
they
you guys
were
didn't
on
play
the
them?
west side.
Oh, you're on
Yeah,
the
so
east
we
side.
played like Prosser, Ellensburg,
Oh, you played. There's a green team.
Quincy.
No, they were uglier.
Oh, are you
Was
thinking?
it Crosser? No.
No, Prosser is red. Ellensburg's green.
They beat my. So here's the story. I don't even like to say it because it makes me feel bad.
Okay,
Archbishop, my cousin played for. 2 of my cousins played for,
they're all roided up.
and they were all good, you know. And I heard that, by the way. I'm just kidding. So I didn't go to a game all season, and they
Mhm.
went undefeated. And I guess I'm guessing you kind of know where this is going.
Yeah,
All season they were undefeated. I didn't go.
the one game.
And they're going to I think it was their championship. Oh god. And I went because I was like, it's a championship. I gotta go. And they lost to Tumwater, I think it was.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, they're ugly, dude.
Tumwater's green, and
They're like a Green Bay, like an ugly.
they're
Green
like
Bay.
they're like a swamp green.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
not even cool green.
Yeah, that's funny, bro. When I was a kid in when I was in Grid Kids, I was so superstitious, dude. Like I would tell my mom she couldn't come to my football games.
What?
I'd be like, "Mom, you can't come. Last time you came, I lost."
Mm-hmm.
She'd be like, "Shut." She'd be like, "Yeah," and then she would end up coming. We lose. I'd be like, "See, Mom, it's your fault.
Dude.
Nothing to do with the preparation. Hard.
Yeah.
Nothing to do
It
with."
wasn't my fault. I fumbled 3 times.
Yeah, it was.
You know,
I threw 3 interceptions. Dude, I remember one time my freshman year, this kid threw like 7 interceptions, and I remember I was on the sideline watching him, and he threw the ball and he started laughing as he threw it because the guy, like, he threw it right to the other guy.
He just knew.
He just knew. He was like, "Oh my god."
Dude, I'll do that and pick up football, man, and I get
Yeah.
pissed. Did you ever play intramural football here?
Oh yeah, I played like I think for 2 different teams. It was
Sevens?
pretty fun. Yeah,
Dude, sevens is intense.
Yeah.
We played elite sevens, me and Thomas.
yeah.
And
Shit gets
dude, people go hard in intramural
dude.
sports, man.
Yeah, it gets real,
No, it's,
and everyone
Yeah.
wants to be fucking quarterback.
oh my God. I was actually the guy who said, go ahead.
Yeah,
You know, I don't want to be quarterback.
I know. I didn't care either.
Yeah.
I was like, I could.
But no,
you know.
you're right. And people treat it like you're in Martin Stadium.
Dude, they would treat it like you're in Lambeau Field, like
Playoff game.
player, like it's the Super Bowl.
I did.
Yeah,
I definitely
I did too. Fuck, that was me. I'm just describing my
So
experience.
we made it to the championship. Me and Thomas. It was 4-on-4s, me, Thomas, and a couple other buddies from where we were from, and we lost.
Mm.
It even hurts me to
Mm.
even say it. Dude, the guy we lost to was like a 40-year-old man. He had his kids were at the
How
game.
was he in? And this was in intramurals.
Yes, Wazoo intramural. He was a 40-year-old dad and had 2 of his kids at the game. And I'm not just saying that because they were 2 kids. They were actually calling him, "Dad, good job. Like, you scored, Dad."
He was like in crutches, like almost.
Dude, wheelchair almost.
Like he had the that commercial with Brett Favre and Randy Moss
Yeah.
when they're wearing those,
Wranglers?
Yeah. Well, the Wrangler. He was probably wearing Wranglers.
Yeah, so I was actually walking behind him on the way into the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has his duffel bag because a lot of those old guys have the same old duffel bag, and a thing of Bosley fell out, like, so I knew.
You lost to that guy. Oh God.
So we
Just-
lost to him.
Touch what is it? Touch of Gray.
Touch of Gray was also in there.
Oh my God.
He also had a nose hair trimmer,
Rogaine.
which I was like, dude, like, I need one too, but I'm not gonna buy one. Yeah. My girlfriend will like tweeze my eyebrows.
Yeah, Sam.
And then she likes to grab any hair, like that's just she knows what to grab. You know,
Yeah.
like I know what she's doing is making me more clean. I should
Right.
say every time she's making me look better and more clean, but it
Yeah.
hurts.
She got the hygiene on fleek.
Yeah, like she'll like grab like a nose hair sometimes or like a like a mustache hair.
Oh god.
Dude,
You gotta be careful though. I heard like you can really mess some shit up if you pull your nose hairs.
I bet you she doesn't even grab the nose hairs. I bet you she just grabs like the cheek hairs.
Oh
and
yeah.
then, like, I'm so much of a baby that I sometimes associate it with my nose hair.
I hate it when she'll be sitting there pulling them and she's not pulling it. She's like tugging at it.
Yeah.
I'm like, get it,
Yeah,
get it
just
now,
get it.
pull it out. I'm done.
Dude, the worst ones are the underparts though.
Oh yeah. Yup.
I tear up,
And
dude.
in the like upper high
Yeah.
left whatever region, outside skirts.
Oh man, they do it like pros too. They just like they don't even flinch, and then I'm just
They're like,
yeah, and I'm trying to watch the game, and then like I have to.
your
put it
eyes
down.
are watering. You're like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, and I put it down because I was like, dude, this is just like.
Yeah. It's like when you show up in hell, there's just like hundreds of girls with tweezers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to go there.
No.
Oh, can you imagine? That would be a torture.
Yeah.
Someone said, all right, you have to get every hair of your body plucked.
Yeah, that would hurt. That wouldn't be
What's
fun.
the minimum amount of money you would do it for?
Every hair plucked.
Even your hair, like your hair.
Oh, bruh.
Yeah. What would be the minimum
Yeah.
amount of money that you would do that?
Oh god, probably like, because that means I'm just bald and like it.
Dude, you
and
look.
how long would that take? That would probably take at least like how many people are working, bro? Because you got to go every individual head hair, like even just like your head, bro. Like if you're dissecting this, like it would take maybe like a day or two to get every single hair plucked.
I don't know, man.
And that's just like pain.
I feel like people could do it quick. I feel like if I gave,
Oh,
if I
no.
paid a certain amount of people, they'd be like, fuck, we can get all that off.
So like you can have more than one person going.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, like I'm just saying they're aliens. For this
Oh, they're
case. They're
aliens.
just aliens. They're like, all right, we're gonna just pluck every one of your hairs, and you can go.
Oh, well, like, if it's, like, an alien, like, with precision plucking, like, they're not effing it up. Like, they're not, like, taking multiple tries to get one hair. Like, if it's all just done in one take.
Nope, multiple.
Ah.
Yeah, bro. They're kind of the slower aliens. Like, no disrespect to them, but, you know, they just learned what tweezers are, and they're excited. So they're like, well, can
so
we
they're
grab-
so they're not even as experienced as our girlfriends are.
No.
Oh, this just, like, went more downhill. Oh, probably, like, 100K, bro.
100K. If it was for to save mankind, you would do it?
To save mankind? If it was to save mankind, I'd probably do it for free or like for like a very cheap amount.
Oh.
Just because like there would be like people like really, bro, like you're not gonna do this to save mankind.
But you did it for 10 grand.
Yeah, I do it for 100 grand, not 10.
I think I would do it for mankind. But the thought that I had to think about that kind of worries me a little bit.
Yeah. Like, would you be willing to lose an arm for mankind? Both your arms.
I don't get anything. I save mankind.
So like you can have
Dude, that's a hard question.
all the money in the world you want and have 5 people to live with
Okay.
in the world, or 2 your arms off. Wait,
yeah, where are you going with
yeah,
this?
wait. Or save mankind. Wait, I just lost myself.
Okay, so you have no arms,
Yeah.
and it's okay. They say, all right, you've been chosen to save mankind. If you don't give us your 2 arms, we're blowing up the earth,
Yeah.
and you're dead too.
Yeah.
Or what was the other thing?
Or you could have,
All the money in the world, but you can only live with 5 people.
Yeah.
Well, who would you choose?
Yeah, exactly.
Because
I don't even have 5 friends.
I mean, because I would definitely choose my girlfriend, my mom, my brother.
Yeah.
And then I'm left with these 2 others. And I would want to make, as much as I would want to say like, oh, Kid Cudi, or, my favorite comedian, Theo Von.
Yeah. Dude, he's hilarious.
Theo Von's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd get along with them
No, yeah.
for the rest of my life.
You don't know. But I'm sure that they would be cool with you because you
chose them.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, bro, I chose you. They're like, well, I guess he's all right. I guess.
I feel like I would save Joe Rogan
Joe Rogan would be pretty
because
cool.
I feel like he would just know what to do.
I think he would be a pretty cool guy. But like, yeah, I think you're right too. But here's the thing: you got to have somebody who, yeah, well, Joe Rogan can entertain you too.
Yeah. Just talk to him.
He's like he. That's a good one. I feel like I'd bring Theo Von because he would make me laugh the whole time.
Yeah. Dude,
He doesn't try.
he just the way he like all his gestures, like
yeah.
it's a mix of everything. The
Yeah.
shit he says and his facial expression just like sets everything in one.
Yeah. Like, yeah. And then Cuddy, because I'd be like, yo, can you make some songs or something? I guess that kind of sounds fucked up how I just said that. Like, yo, I chose you, make some music. I don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
I mean, at that case, I bet you he'd be like, fucking gladly, you chose me, bro. I don't know.
if
And
I
obviously,
chose to live just to make music, I'd be like, okay.
yeah, yeah. I bet you, yeah. I was like, well. So if the world was ended, you know, there's nothing left. There's nobody here. You're alone. There's
Just
no,
me.
There's no threat. You know, there's no zombies, no pandemic, no animals. Actually, there's like animals, but it's like one for every 100 animals that you would usually see. So they're rare.
It's like rare to see an
Yeah,
animal.
like if you see a bird, you're like, holy shit.
A bird.
Yeah. So like, imagine that world. What do you do?
Whoa, oh my god, dude.
Because the money doesn't matter no more.
Yeah, nothing matters.
There's internet.
There's internet, but like, what am I gonna search? Like,
Yeah,
what do I
nobody's-
need to? I'm not gonna go on. I go on social media for one day. Oh,
Everyone's
you're all caught up.
yeah. Yeah.
It's never. I refresh. You're all caught up.
Oh, dude.
You're never not caught up.
I don't know what I would do. I'd lose
I
my
don't know
mind.
either. I just keep looking for people.
Yeah. Yeah, you could just keep
Because
going.
unless I knew like I was the only one.
Yeah, I guess. How about there's one person for every state? That would be a cool show.
Oh, okay.
There's one person for every state, and you're the guy who represents Washington, and you have no idea where. You know, all those other people are like, "Fuck this! I don't want to be in Iowa. I'm going to Cali."
Yeah.
Dude, where do you think everyone would go? That's a better question.
That's a good question. I think a lot of people. I think I could find some people in California.
For sure. And like a mansion house.
Yeah.
Just go down Hollywood Boulevard. Someone's got to be in one of those houses.
Oh yeah, for
you
sure.
know?
Someone's That's where I think I would travel.
Yeah.
I would just be like, oh, I'll just go pick a cool house over there.
Mm-hmm. I think
So
I would too. Do
It's
that
warm.
too. There's no natural disasters there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the earthquake could happen, but I'd rather chance that than the hurricanes that happen twice a month in
Florida and
Louisiana and stuff.
yeah.
Isn't that crazy how much it is to live here
How much
in
like
this state?
how expensive it is?
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was that expensive.
Oh no,
Could-
dude, it's expensive. Like in Seattle area where I'm.
Oh, okay.
Where I'm at,
Yeah, I know Seattle's really expensive.
Or even here because it's a campus area.
Right.
Like, we can like, there's houses for like $50K in some states, bro. Like that are like as nice as this.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Dude, if this was in Seattle, bro, this would be like $250K.
Oh, dude, no, I'm not joking. Probably $800K. I'm
Yeah.
not joking you.
Yeah.
4 bedrooms,
Yeah.
3 bathrooms in here.
Mm-hmm.
This is Bill Gates' house. Yeah.
Literally in
Like,
Seattle.
It's
Yeah.
nuts. God, I had
No.
another good like an apocalyptic question. I don't really like to ask the one, where would you go if the apocalypse happened? Because I don't know. Because I definitely wouldn't go to Walmart.
No. Oh, like where would you go to like stock or like
Yeah,
like
hunker
what would be
down.
the first thing you did? What would be the first thing you did if you found out you just got an Amber Alert? The apocalypse is happening. Like some this is the end shit.
Yo.
Like what would you do? What would be like your first instinct? That's tough
It is
because it
tough.
just sends you through a world. You're
'Cause
like
you can't, because there's 2 places that I want to go. I'd want to go, obviously, see my girlfriend
yeah,
and then my family.
yeah,
And I'd be in this weird position, like I got to go now. You know, I have
Yeah.
to figure it out, and like, I bet you the airports will shut down right away.
right,
So maybe, but here's the thing: what if I were to fly there and get stuck in Detroit,
yeah.
and they're like, I would actually, I would do that. You know, I'd get stuck in Detroit and then head there. But, dude, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Like right
I feel
now.
like the only people who know that answer are the people who fucking literally prep.
Yeah.
Like people already know. People already have the shit planned out. Like anything that could go wrong, I already have it planned out. Me, bro, I wouldn't even know what to grab. I'd grab my fucking mic and my interface.
I got my podcasting gear.
I'd grab my computer. No
dude.
clothes.
Can you imagine though? Me and you are the only guys left who are like putting content out. Like everyone else.
Because we're the only people who grab our shit. We're the only people in the world. You don't have a choice. You have to listen to us.
Like, oh, what do you listen to? It's like, oh, I'm listening to ETG. It's like, oh, I'm listening to DJP.
Yeah. Can't not.
Yeah, it's like,
It's the only thing new coming out. Unless you want to keep recycling old shit. Yeah.
Bro, that would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
That would be a good show too. Like we're the only guys who created content and then all.
Oh, so
You know?
like you can't post the clips.
Yeah.
You'd have to like format it different.
Yeah, and I was like, this sounds lazy, but I didn't really want to like put in that extra effort to put it on TikTok if that's not really what TikTok's platform is. And I also thought,
okay.
why don't I be the first podcaster that kind of takes over TikTok? I definitely thought about that. But then I was like, my content isn't really what that platform is.
Right.
And, you know.
But bro, I think honestly, like
or do content for it. Maybe.
I think you could really benefit from like those streams. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
Jason has like a video with like 158,000 views on it.
What?
Or like 180,000. And like I was like thinking like, damn, I need to start posting like like music clips on there and shit because dude, you can blow up, you know. It just takes, you know, like they always said, it just takes one video, one clip or whatever, because the hashtags on there run everything, For You page, blah blah blah. And so she got like 7,000 followers just off that video.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's crazy though.
yeah,
You know, like we said, one post.
yep.
Like that dog face guy who did the cranberry thing.
Oh yeah,
He got huge off TikTok.
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people have. I don't
Yeah.
want to say like he's the only one.
No, but yeah, he's a good example because he is now like getting sponsorships by. Dude, he was hanging out with like Wiz Khalifa like a week ago.
He was on a Sunday Night Football commercial.
Yeah,
Like what the hell?
yeah.
And that's crazy to me.
I saw this one thing. It was like this girl. She had a Trump hat on,
Mm-hmm.
and then the comment was, I laughed. He's like, damn, you had to ruin the fun.
Oh.
I was like, for real. I was like, fucking for real.
Oh, I just yawned in the middle of that.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that in a rude way.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll yawn sometimes randomly, and
Me too.
I feel like I offend some people. Like, you know, when you check
You
your
fucking
phone.
yawn, bro.
Yeah, like that's what people act like sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be in class and like the teacher's looking right at me and I'm just like fucking yawn.
Yeah.
Even on Zoom. But I'm not the guy who has his camera
Dude.
on now.
Yeah. This chick, one of my roommates, her friends was changing and took her pants off.
Oh no.
Yeah. And like I guess like it was like just aimed right at her and her butt was showing and shit.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God.
Turn your camera off.
Yeah.
Like there was our teacher had this weird awkward conversation with all of us. I felt like I was in sex ed. He was like, you know, I have to tell you guys something. I was like, oh God, did we all fail or something? You know, in my last class, I had a guy and a girl having sexual intercourse on the Zoom class, and they didn't turn off the camera, so that it was muted, but it was like, you know, they could see it.
Oh my God.
And I was just like, how dumb do you have to be to do that? You can't be that oblivious.
Yeah, for real. Like
You
you,
know what I
gotta,
mean?
you gotta, and it's not like you
They were
know,
getting-
you're
they're
just
in
so
court.
fucking locked in.
They got to go to court now.
Really?
Yeah, because it was like, it's like, I don't know what he said. It was like, you know, like the fancy like legal term for it. It was like unsolicited
Oh yeah.
something pornography.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, people are out there that's actually happening.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying don't have sex or anything. I'm just saying like don't have your camera on. It's not that hard.
Yeah, unless it's like you got your OnlyFans or whatever the fuck you doing, but not for, you know, your
Not the school.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like yeah.
Yeah,
like-
there's different ways to promote.
Yeah, dude, we're learning risk communication here.
Yeah,
We're not learning.
dude. Like the second week of class, this kid comments, "Oh, got all the drugs you need: MDMA, cocaine, blah blah blah." Like, puts all his prices.
Oh, like he
fucking
thought,
banned from the university.
Like the teacher wasn't gonna see that.
Yeah, like he didn't know that
It went to everybody.
the fucking professor could see the.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That just makes me just cringe.
Yeah.
So, I should tell you. Last year I was talking about getting the mullet.
Mullet.
Yeah,
I think you should do it.
and I'm doing it.
Yes.
And my girlfriend, she's all do it. She's
Yeah.
in full support of it.
Dude, and it's gonna look badass when you're wearing your bandana and
Yeah,
shit.
she's
That's
like she's
gonna
in
look
full
so,
support of it.
Yep.
And so here's the thing, and okay, there's many reasons why the mullet is coming to town.
Mm-hmm.
Because I keep talking about it, and I'm tired of just talking about it. I just keep talking about it, and everyone's like, "You're not gonna do it." So, you know, and then I never do. I cut my hair every time, and then B, my girlfriend's like, "You'd actually look pretty good with it. I wouldn't mind."
So that was the green light.
And then I was like, "Oh, then we're good," you know.
Yeah.
And then Theo's got one. I love Theo Vaughn,
legend.
bro. If I could just get a picture and be like, "Yo, bro, I got a podcast, got a mullet, bro," you know, that'd be dope.
Man, have you seen? He has this funny little skit show. Have you seen it?
Which one?
I think there's an episode called like Man Baby or.
Oh, is it on Comedy Central?
Yeah, it's on YouTube, but I think Comedy Central posted it. But yeah, you need to watch that.
Dude, I will. I'll tell you some stuff about Theo after the show.
Okay, bet.
But yeah, I can't say it on air. I don't think I can. It's not like he's not going to listen or anything, but yeah, dude. I mean, so last time I got my hair cut. Oh, yeah, so this is the last reason.
Oh, okay.
I went and got my hair cut, and they cut it all one
Length. Yeah.
Like I said, like shorter on the sides, whatever.
Right.
And they didn't do that, so I was pissed. And I was like, you know what? I'm fucking sick of this shit. And I went to New York, and I was like, yeah, it looked fine by then. And I was like, I'm gonna do it.
You're like, no more haircuts.
So I came back last week, only got my sides cut, and the lady's like, you want me to cut the back? I said, no.
Nope.
It was the first time where I was like, nope.
That's what's up. that was like, I bet that felt good coming out of your mouth.
Oh,
huh?
dude, it was because I went in there.
You probably had a smirk. You're like, nope.
yeah, dude. Because the first time I went there when they fucked it up,
Yeah.
I went in there and I was like, she's like, what do you want? And I was like, just cut the sides and a little bit off the top. And she like thinned it. She like didn't do it right. She's like, oh, well, what you need to do is thin it. I was like, no, that's not what I do ever. And I know what that's going to look like. I'm going to look like a chuzzle.
Right.
You know, alfalfa or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so she did that. And then as soon as she like buzzed the back of my hair, I was like, man, I said this out loud. I was like, you know, when I came in here, I sounded just like this. I was like, you know, when I came in here, I wanted to get a mullet. And even the barber was like, you should go for it. Because there was a guy next to me that was cutting the guy's hair next to me. He's like, it wasn't the girl barber because she didn't say anything, but the guy next to her was like, go for it.
Yep.
He was like,
yep.
And I was like, so do you guys get mullets often in here? Like,
Yeah.
how often does someone come and get a mullet? And they're like, to be honest with you, it's kind of common.
Where was this?
This was at the man shop.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I kind of got my
Okay.
hair butchered.
Yeah.
But
oh man. Yeah.
where do you get your hair cut now? Do you get over by my office? Where
No.
you go?
I go to. It's just one of my homies. His name's Earl. When I'm in Pullman, and then when I'm in Yakima, I get my hair cut by. His name's Jay. He works at Diamond Cuts. He cuts the best hair.
Oh, dude, I have someone who cuts my hair in Marysville too, and they never mess up.
No,
It's
and that's the thing
nice.
with your like once you got your barber, bro. It's like when you get your hair cut by anyone else, you're like, fuck, dude, your heart's racing. You're like, they're gonna fuck it up. And 90% of the time they do. Like you don't like what they do most of the time.
95% of the time, bro.
Yeah.
There's-
my gosh.
It's a diamond in the rough.
I went to like Legends, I think, or is that what it's called?
Yeah,
over
it
here?
was Legends. I went there a couple times before I
Yeah,
found someone who could
and
do
this
it.
girl was cutting my hair, and she was like talking about how she was just trying to have the weirdest conversations with me, bro. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm thinking about cutting a hole in your seat so you could take a poop." And I was
What?
I was like,
Did you smell or something?
no, she was saying like not just me, but like for everyone. She was saying like like she was like trying to
be funny.
or something. I don't know.
Like, dude,
But like
it's not
I
funny.
was like, oh. I was like, this is just going weird, man. This is just going weird. Like, next combo. I don't want to just fucking get me out of here.
That'd be awkward.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to pull your pants down to go to the bathroom, like to take a shit.
Yeah, like imagine actually like, oh fuck, that hole in that chair is so clutch. Fucking, you're sitting there like, oh, and then you're sitting there and it's like you gotta wipe your ass, or unless you're just gonna sit there, the rest of the cut would just fucking, you know, unless you let it dry, which is just, it's not gonna go good.
Dude, that's fucking nasty.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that.
that was like the least thought out thing she could have said. She did.
Yeah, and there's sometimes that's like where I try to be funny, where it's just random, but that's almost too random. Where you're like,
It's like
that's
so
weird. There's that fine line though.
It's that fine line. She had like all sort. Her hair was like 3 different colors.
I think I know who you're talking about because I went there and got my haircut there and I saw her.
And
Was she
then
kind of bigger? Was she kind of bigger?
She was like medium. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, but.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we're at a 113. Let's go to 120. Let's round it up to 120.
Okay.
If that's cool with you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how good you are with time.
Yeah, I'm wherever.
But yeah, so I mean, music. So what do you got planned? You got an album coming.
Yep.
You know, and what else? What else should people know coming out of the gate? Who you are, what you're doing. You know, if you could leave anybody with these last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Or 7 minutes.
Sure.
What would you want them to know? Or even any questions you have for me? Any questions? Yeah. Anything.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll just kind of like round it off by like who we are and like what I want people to know. Like, so like me, I go by Verbose, and Ray Roach is Frankie, and we go by ETG, and that's Extraterrestrial Generation. We are an independent recording, rap hip hop group out of Yakima, Washington. Pretty much we just, I just want to keep putting it out there that, just manifest, we're manifesting this into, this is something that we've worked on for a long time. And, just like this podcast, like we're here now, but, in, my senior quote was, I'm going to be famous 5 years from now. And, 2 years from now, I don't see myself falling short of, getting this manifested goal of music into reality. And I think you have this similar mindset in terms of where you are driven, and I think that's like the biggest reason why I felt such a strong energy between you and me when I met you. Is because I just knew that you were someone who's driven, that I could have a conversation like this and not have a head tilt. Yeah.
It's not a competition either.
No, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It wasn't ever it's just, these are things that, when you're kind of like meeting someone, I don't know. I just knew that you were someone that I wanted to be fucking friends with. I was like, this guy is fucking on his shit. He has he has ambition. Being around energy like that, bro, is healthy for your dreams. And so it's always such a great time. Like,
dude,
talking with you, bro.
Oh yeah, it's contagious.
Yeah.
You look at someone that you just want to be around people like that.
Yeah.
And regardless of who it is, and I didn't know I was gonna meet you, and you didn't know you were gonna meet me.
No.
And I think that's what made it so crazy, because here we are in an audio-driven career.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically you could say everything's audio driven, but I mean, we're producing content that is primarily audio.
Yeah.
And in the world, I was actually just in this last podcast, Andrew was talking to me about, because I asked him, where do you think the podcast industry is going? And he gave me kind of a double answer. He's like, I think it's going great and where it's going, and I think they have a lot of front runners who are doing great. But people's attention spans are short.
Yeah.
And that's what I told him. I was like, that right there is why the clips of Instagram do so great. Why, like you said, TikTok will do so great with your music, just the cuts of it. And to see that we're ahead of the curve and we're not, nobody's looking at us right now.
Right.
But, to see the body of work I think is what's contagious. Because somebody could look at somebody who's put out one song and be like, wow, that's great. But, if they have a body of songs.
Yeah.
Wow, he's still doing it.
Yeah.
I want to be the guy who, like, they're still doing that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
they haven't given up. They haven't given up,
Yeah, because easily, like, there's probably times where you're like, fuck, dude, I don't really want to, like.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, I'm not getting that many listeners. Like, I'll say that for mine.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll have these toxic, weird, like, oh, I only get a blank amount of listeners. I was like, I don't fucking, and in that same breath, I'll be like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because it's like what I like to do. Because eventually it's just going to be that.
That's the thing.
It's
like, just don't. Not shying away from, like, doing what you love and remembering why you started it's cliche, but it's like just remembering why you started and what, how much you actually love it. It kind of brings you back full circle, and it gives you that, take a breath, fuck what anyone thinks and just keep going.
Oh yeah, dude, that's why I did a Happy Meal challenge. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like I just said, I was like, that would be fun.
Yeah.
And like that right there, I mean, my roommates too, they were, egging me on. But it was like, I did it just because I wanted to, and it was fun.
Right.
And that piece of content, I had people send in videos. Like, that was fucking hilarious. Like, that shit had me dying.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even care. Like, I even said, I was like, I want people to beat my time. Like,
right.
I don't care. Like, I want, because then that means I get to laugh at it.
Yeah.
And that means I get to do another video because I'm going to respond to it.
Right.
It's just the type of guy I am. And, I mean, again, I'm sad that, the university isn't what it was last year.
Right.
That blows a little bit, but we'll get back at it. And are you graduating this year?
No, I got
one more year.
After this.
Year and a half left. Or
a year and a half at most.
Okay, I got one more year, and I'm planning on applying to UW's graduate school, the graduate school here, and then possibly a graduate school in LA or UCLA. But I don't know where the world's gonna take me. Right now the world's going to be remote, and that's cool. Yeah. And dude, as much as I could keep talking for hours.
I know, same.
And I want you to know that, dude, any week you can come back on, and dude, we covered a lot of things. We covered your music. Your music brought us all the way to Shane.
Yeah.
Shane brought us a whole bunch of
Shane brought us everywhere.
He brought us a whole different directions, and then we went from where it started and how we met.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't find that clip on YouTube. But dude, I think there's something about sitting here with you instead of the phone one.
The phone, yeah.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah. And
maybe FaceTime was a little bit easier in my last episode. Next time.
But it doesn't get more real than real.
It doesn't. And I think that's why Joe Rogan's is so successful.
Yeah.
Because you're like, wow, they're there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've been looking at your keys. Is that a taser on there?
No, those are Jace's keys.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what's the bright pink thing you got?
No, that's her.
I'm not roasting it, but I'm just saying.
That's her. That's her fucking.
Her bear mace.
Yeah.
Dude.
For the fucking.
That's clutch though.
For the rapers.
Dude, like.
Yeah, that's sad.
I feel like everybody should have to have one of those now.
I know.
Isn't that
weird? Which is sad.
Yeah, which is sad. It's like people are so sick in the head now.
Yeah, I was like, babe, why don't you put that on your keychain?
Good idea.
Like, true.
That was a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, man.
Yeah.
Well,
let's just keep taking, taking the steps is where we think the path, taking the steps to where we think the path is supposed to go. Taking this whatever step we think is the right step, and just keep. Roach always tells me this. If you know kind of where the store is, just head that direction, and you'll end up, if you don't end up fucking there, you're going to end up close as fuck, and then probably, make it. You're going to fucking walk in eventually.
Can I get that whole quote on like a shirt?
Fucking just
go to the store.
If you're fucking...
And if you're there, you'll fucking be close. I like it.
If you're fucking close, you're there.
Or you'll find like a Walmart,
if you fucking like... there might be a Taco Bell around the corner. Just fucking... If you're
someone with a phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, bro. Well, people, where can people find you?
So you just search up ETG on any platform streaming. You can find me. You can find me on Instagram at ETG Music or ETG.music, and then or Twitter. You can find me ETG Verbose, and then yeah.
Right on, man. Well, we did a whole hour and 22.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. Well, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for
everyone.
having me, bro.
And have a great one, everyone.
Yeah.
And Alex,
peace out, y'all.
of course. Yep.